Men's basketball coach Eric Henderson joins us for our weekly update. 26 days, 10 games in that span. First off, who's the genius who put the schedule together? But secondly, much more importantly, Hendo, this has been a grueling stretch. We had discussed that before the season began. Now that you're through it, 6-4, how do you think the team has grown over the past month?
Yeah, certainly a tough stretch for us, Tyler, but really, really proud of our guys. Other than about one half of basketball, the compete effort and the togetherness has been really, really superb. And that's what we talked about before going into this stretch, and that's what we wanted to make sure we were at a high level of, and we certainly were. So really proud of our effort for that aspect for sure. Certainly have learned a lot about our team in those 10 games as well. I think part of it has given us confidence. I think just playing together more and more has been beneficial. I think we've been a little bit more efficient offensively as time has gone. I think we've shared the basketball a little better as time has gone, and we knew it was going to take time. When 9 of your 12 scholarship guys are freshmen and sophomores, and the 3 that weren't on our team last year, it's going to take a little bit of time and game time for our guys to understand how to play with each other and for each other. And so I think you've seen steady progress defensively for the most part, other than a couple games where maybe size was a factor. I thought we've really done a good job on the glass. We've made it hard for our opponents to score. We could get a little more 50-50 balls and things like that, and there's certainly things to clean up. We make our fair amount of mistakes, as far as, fundamentally, and some of that is experience, and some of that is we just need a little bit more focus. But as far as our group, I'm so proud to be their coach, and it has been a grueling 10 games, and we're getting ready to keep this baby going.
All right, now between now and the Christmas holiday, you have only 5 games. That means a lot of practice time. For those of us that are not with a team every day, how valuable and why is that so valuable?
Well, there's a couple things that make it really, really valuable as far as that practice time goes. And it's more than that, too. I mean, it's good to be home where our kids are going to their classes, they're in classes, and with their regular classmates, and they can have maybe a high alert on their academics, number one, which is really, really important that they finish the semester off strong. And then as far as the practice aspect goes, I think it's time to work on some of those things that, we've noticed throughout these first 10 games in this first month that we really need to fine tune. And we're getting spread out at times. We need to make sure we're staying tight and we're staying together as far as a defensive unit. And when you're able to show them film from a game, and then you go out to the practice floor right after to work on that, it's really fresh in their memory. And then when you can do it time and time and time again, that's when you see some real improvement. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
When we talk about your team, we know Wilson, Key, Dentlinger, those are kind of the 3 at the top. You've got other guys mixing it out and really trying to figure out where their roles are. A guy like Trey Buchanan, it stands out. In the last 41 minutes of basketball, he scored 25 points, had a career high at Indiana, and you've said the ceiling's very high on the JUCO transfer.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He has a great scorer's mentality, and we need that at times. We have Brandon and Doug in particular so far this season have done a really good job of being playmakers. And Trey brings a different dynamic with his mentality. And it's not that he's a selfish mentality, but he has that ability and knack to make tough shots, get downhill into the basket and make baskets around the rim, but also can do it in a very unselfish way and make plays for his teammates. And really proud of Trey for sticking with it because, he did have some DNPs where he didn't play, and he continued to have a good approach and understood what the values are of this team. And he has taken advantage of those opportunities when he's got them. So really proud of Trey.
And as we've talked, a chance to catch your breath. Only one game this week. It'll be Thursday in Bozeman, Montana against Montana State. And the whole law of relative scores here, this a 5-3 program, and you say, well, they're 5-3, some non-D1 wins, but they have a win over UNC Greensboro on a neutral site who just won at Georgetown the other night. So this is a Montana State team that certainly is capable.
Yeah, they're led by a very good point guard, Tyler, and he runs the show for them, and and gets everybody involved and can make shots. He's kind of leads them in rebounds, assists, and points scored. So he's a very dynamic player. So we're going to have our hands full up in Bozeman. They're a very balanced team. They're a big team. They play, 6'9" and 6'11" at the 4 and 5. So we're going to have to make sure we're competing like crazy on the glass again. As you're well aware, that's something we're well aware of during the game, after the game, before the game. And if we compete on the glass and continue to just battle our tails off and share the basketball, we'll see what happens.